welcome to this big SummerSlam weekend.
Takeover Brooklyn 3.
Which,
the WrestleMania of takeovers.
Are they?
Why isn't it the WrestleMania weekend, the WrestleMania of takeovers?
Because this WrestleMania is the WrestleMania. Yes, you can't be.
Plus, I think Brooklyn was the one that really started it all for them.
Which they'll be doing again next year. And then they'll move back to California.
So they're doing Brooklyn all over again next year? They love staying around there, don't they?
Yep.
But they did that for a long while with California, didn't they?
Yes. Let's get out of the Staples Center. Now let's get the hell out of Brooklyn, people.
There you go.
Brooklyn, this is not crime time.
Crime time.
So we need to move on somewhere else. Let's go to Atlanta, GA. How about Atlanta?
Hey, I might go to that one. It's a little closer to home.
4 years, we could probably pick it up. Texas, go somewhere else. Don't go back to California, people, but they're going to go back to California.
Of course they will.
But let's talk about...
we got some ringside news on here in this episode 143.
Let's change it over to breaking news. Somebody's been stripped.
Stripped, and we don't mean of their clothes because Alexa Bliss still don't have nudie photos.
They've been stripped of the title.
That's true. Alexa Bliss is a sweet little girl. She ain't got no nudie pictures.
No,
there's fake ones around though.
She's sweet. She's sweet girl.
She's a sweet girl. But yeah, stripped of the Global Force World Heavyweight Championship, or they're saying it's the Global Force Wrestling Global Championship. Global Force Wrestling Global Championship.
Okay.
Just say World Championship. Anyway.
Yes.
Because y'all aren't global. Anyway, but yes, Alberto El Patron supposedly they were trying to say that it was his idea.
Oh yeah, he's on board with it, yeah.
Yes, totally his idea, yeah, so I totally agree. I need to go spend time with my family, okay.
Well, with this next set of tapings, it'll be about a month and a half before if we see him back in, if at all.
Right.
It's all up to Ed, what's his face, Mr.
Lord Holmes.
I hold a grudge against the Hardy Boys.
Yes. But I don't think he's going to win it. So. Because it all comes down to the trademark corporation peoples, whoever does all that. The government, yes, really.
They might not be broken, but they're awoken now, so.
I know.
Hey, there's one way around it or none.
Just change the name.
All you do is awoken. You can delete all you want.
I mean, I thought they were going to do Shattered for a little while, but then I guess now they're not saying that.
Yeah, because that's kind of what Goldust with Shattered Dreams production.
Nobody cares about.
You can't do something else somebody's doing. Ask the girl from Japan who with the elbow.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: do we ever get to hear from Goldust much? No.
We're going to hear from SummerSlam. He's going to do something.
He'll be in a little video segment, probably on the pre-show.
Yeah, probably on the pre-show.
Exactly.
Unless they just forget all about it.
Which they probably
because they didn't promote it last week on Raw.
Oh my God.
So.
But yes, Alberto is out. And
we have a new champion's in, but
we're not going to go over that yet.
Not because it ain't happened yet.
It has not happened yet. And
it has happened, but it hasn't.
Yes. Yeah, so. We're not huge on spoilers. We say that now, but yet we go over the Mae Young Classic brackets in a minute. But that's neither here nor there. But it's also very confusing. The Mae Young Classic is a lot easier to keep up with.
Yes.
The Global Force Wrestling television tapings are very confusing.
I mean, we could give you the spoilers. Because in 4 months, you'd forget that we just gave them to you now. Because
that's true. By the time you watch it, you won't remember that you heard it from us first. But we're not going to go over that.
No, but you should like the new champion. If you already, you should know if you read spoilers.
If you read the spoilers, I think it's a good option. I think that this is it's a little different. I think that's. I will tell you, it's not EC3, but it kind of goes.
It's not James Storm.
Right, but it does go along the line of an EC3. Somebody that wasn't given a chance, that's now being given a chance, and you see what I'm saying? Like I do agree with
not Jack Swagger. So
oh Lord, I hope not ever.
Due time.
But I do like that they're doing that with some. I mean, it is too little too late.
Swag Jackson, I don't know.
Swag Jackson. Hey, there you go. Hey, the name generator. But I'm just saying, I think that they have done well with that with some people, but I think it is too little too late. But with this person, I think, giving them a chance, I think it'll be the next coming of like an EC3 type, push. So, which will be good.
Yeah.
And then some sad news.
Could be worse news.
Could be absolutely worse.
Yes, it really could be.
Could be worse.
The way the WWE was canceling stuff and showing special videos with sad music, like, Do they know something we don't know?
Right.
Are they holding their tongue until it gets out?
Yeah, because they did a thing on Raw talking about our thoughts and prayers are with them. Did they show a video on Raw too?
No, this was on the network when they showed him. When they showed him losing to Shawn Michaels.
Yep, and then the night after,
with the white background around it, the cloudy.
He was called Forever the Man.
Yes, he's like, what the hell?
Yeah, because they showed him losing, and they showed the after Raw thing. Or during Raw and after the show when the whole roster came out to say goodbye to him and all this. It was a little creepy.
And they canceled the tape for 3. I mean, okay.
They canceled what?
Tape for 3.
That had him in it?
Yeah, him and Sting and Steamboat.
That was supposed to be the same night?
Yeah, Monday night.
I hope they just push it back 1 week or something.
Well, next week after it's going to be the Mae Young thing starting after Raw, so.
Lord. That'd be a good one to watch, though.
I was ready for it. I turned over there and they were showing the Flair thing. I was like, well, this. Flair's doing this. Y'all to know. It's in the news. They had him on death's door and then they had him off death's door.
Ric Flair is reportedly out of surgery. Condition described as extremely serious, and he could stay in the hospital for up to a month. Apparently, he went into the hospital, according to his fiance, who used to be in WCW with him. Vivi, the maid.
Had stomach pain.
Yeah, had abdominal pain, yes. And then they went in, and then it just a whole slew of problems arose.
We get nothing, and then we have Mean Gene.
Mean Gene incorrectly said that he had colon surgery, but it was apparently they took out a lot of his lower intestine.
That's what we left with her. That's
so
off another site. So I don't know if it's true or not. Haven't heard from the family. Just hearsay from everybody else.
And Charlotte's probably not going to be at SummerSlam.
No, I would not expect Charlotte to be.
No, because apparently she did have a signing set up in New York for all the SummerSlam stuff. Somebody posted online if they were still going to do that, and somebody else said, I think that's the least of Denise worries right now. They got a lot more to worry about when it comes to Flair. So at least it's not the way that wrestling used to be where, back in the 80s where, guess what? It don't matter who's on death's door, you're still going to be at the show.
Hey, you be there or you get fired.
So at least it's not like that anymore. But they are saying that he may still be in critical condition, but it's looking a lot better than what it was.
Yes.
So, hey, maybe even by the time this by next week, maybe we'll hear a lot more better news.
That's true.
So, because they did have to put him in a medically induced coma to do the surgery.
Yeah, he's up in an age, so you got to. That's
which was interesting to me. Why wouldn't they just give him anesthesia and knock him out to do the surgery? They had to put him in a coma to do the surgery. But I mean, I guess apparently you can live without your lower intestines.
He's on they also said on dialysis.
Yes, to get his kidneys back on track.
You don't want your kidneys to start failing. Your kidneys start, you're in trouble then.
Well, especially because that filters a lot of stuff, and as much alcohol as he's had in his life. Yeah. His kidneys probably aren't the best in the first place.
So hopefully next time we do a show, we will be talking good things about Flair on the road to recovery.
Yes. But that is some sad news, but thank goodness it's not the saddest that it could possibly have been.
No.
But
that would be a huge one.
Yes, that would be big time. We would be dedicating the whole show to nothing but Flair stuff.
Yes.
So we'd be doing a lot of Flair countdowns and stuff like that. But going from bad news for Al Patron, bad news for Flair, we're going to great news for NXT.
Yes.
As the former Ring of Honor World Champion has reportedly signed with the WWE and reportedly has been seen in New York City with the NXT crew. And we are talking about Adam Cole. Baby!
But will he make an appearance at Brooklyn?
Oh, come on!
Could he do a run-in? Could he be in the audience?
I'm just saying, I hope he's in the middle.
Like whoever wrestles Aleister Black loses, so no.
I know, I'm just saying, I hope he's in the middle, and I hope Bobby Fish is on one side of him, and I hope Kyle O'Reilly's on the other side of him.
That's all you need, yeah.
Because they talked about wanting to do a faction with the Ring of Honor people. They just signed. Well, guess who those people are?
That'd be neat.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Especially during the Aleister Black.
Exactly.
Yeah, as far as that goes, they can come out to the stage after he beats. Because we'll get to that in a minute. But he's not losing the place. Jeez. That's the most
But what if they were to attack him and he loses by disqualification or wins by disqualification? I'm sorry, wins by disqualification. So Tommy still looks good.
Yeah,
because we already know who he's facing.
Yes.
Tommy still looks good. He still looks good. It sets up for a feud right there.
Yeah.
So 2 people, I guess, will have to join up with him. But still,
Cassius Ohno's doing nothing.
doing nothing. Johnny Wrestle. That'll be the other one probably.
Oni Lorcan.
There you go.
So,
He definitely needs something.
hell, they'll put out Dale Tommy. He'll be turned face. You're like, what
Speaking
the
of
hell?
Oni Lorcan, this is a little side note.
Okay.
He's been facing, what was his name? Martin, the guy from the UK tournament. And I've met him in Florida too.
Martin
Stone or something? Was it Stone?
Sounds familiar, but it could be.
But anyway, they're both have the same similar build. They're both bald, and they're both doing this series of, they had 3 matches because they had I think only 1, 2 of them, which kind of the series is already over. But anyway, he's like, give me one more shot, and they shake hands while they have a match. Okay, now they've earned each other's respect. We need tag teams. Make them a tag team.
We do.
Make them a tag team.
We got Street Profits. They're coming in, so that kind of helps.
I don't know if you saw them or not, but they are very entertaining. A lot better than Heavy Machinery.
Oh, that is so scary. Yeah, I know.
I mean, I think Street Profits are just going to go way past Heavy Machinery and be like, nope.
And we're waiting for freaking
TM6.
That's it. Thank you.
I figured that's who you're talking about.
T something. Yes.
TM61.
Yeah, waiting for them to come back and.
I guess he got really bad injured, whichever one it was. I call them TM1 and TM2 because I don't. It's Shane Thorne and something else. But one of them got hurt.
Yes.
But anyway, you know how they are with their takeover stuff. It's the end of stories, the beginning of new ones.
Right.
So.
And since this is the WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think it's going to be big. So I really wonder what kind of surprises we're going to get. I think Adam Cole will definitely be in the audience. I just hope the other 2 are beside him.
Could be all 3 titles changing hands too.
That is very true too.
So, but we'll get to that.
We will get to that soon. Another news,
which is y'all should know because it's been done last.
This is true. It was actually on TV
last night
already.
Because this is Friday night.
This is Friday. We're filming on a rare Friday. So
a fun Friday. But yes.
So you should have already seen it if you watch Global Force Wrestling. So we already knew. We started Ringside News with the title being stripped. So we're going to end this portion of Ringside News before we go to the brackets with the fact that Jim Cornette has returned to Global Force Wrestling. It was at the Destination X show. Because it says he returned to wrestling. He ain't wrestling nobody. But anyway, he returned to Global Force Wrestling and announced that Bruce Pritchard is out of here.
Yeah, that security.
And a 20-man gauntlet would be coming up week. So y'all, if y'all watch it, y'all will see who the new champion will be.
Yes.
So,
and is he just a placeholder?
I kind of hope he's just a placeholder. Okay, here's my thing. Here's my little soapbox on that. This is
placeholder for what, Alberto?
Oh no, not the champion thing. I'm talking about Jim Cornette.
No, I'm talking about the champion.
No, I hope
placeholder.
not. I hope not. No, I'm talking about Jim Cornette because I hope he's a placeholder. I hope he's gone soon. And here's the reason why.
He's not coming back to the WWE.
No, and I don't want him to. What I'm saying is,
if he can't manage nobody, hell no.
And this is something that one of the people in the Gauntlet match, because I don't want to give it away, did say this to Jim Cornette: as much as things change, they stay the same.
Of course they do.
Because
Global Force.
It's Jim Cornette. We've already had him as an authority figure. We've already had Bruce Pritchard an authority figure. Okay, it's why do we have to have the same mundane authority figure fighting thing happen all the time? Just because it worked when McMahon was on television, it's because it was McMahon. We don't have to have that all the time. When it was Bischoff and Austin, it worked, but it doesn't have to. It was all right.
McMahon and Austin.
It wasn't.
That was it. I'm kind of glad Stephanie and Hunter's off TV.
Right, so they're not feuding with a Kurt Angle.
Which will be soon, you know, WrestleMania
and Shane and Daniel Bryan get along, so you don't have to deal with them fighting.
Yes.
So, but what I'm saying is, why not a fresh face? If you're going to have an authority figure, Let it be a fresh face. Not a Karen Jarrett, not a Jeff Jarrett, not a Jim Cornette. Okay? Y'all aren't using Rockstar Spud in a wrestling capacity. Alright, cool. He's a smaller guy. Apparently you're not going to use him in that wrestling capacity. Make him the GM guy.
Yeah,
it's a fresh face. It's something different.
Yeah, that's true.
We've seen Jim Cornette be in charge of promotions and be in charge of TNA before and all this. It's the same old thing. If you're trying to say that Global Force is going to be different, we're going to be different. We're going to have different storylines. We're going to have different wrestlers. Okay, well then completely change up the thing. Because now Bruce Pritchard, as he was leaving, was arguing with Karen Jarrett. She's not needed on the show. We don't need to see Jeff Jarrett in the backstage in the show.
No.
Because honestly, just because he's, we know what he does behind the scenes, okay, Jim Cornette should have been the one to be pushing Lashley's team back. There's a backstage video of Scott D'Amore holding Jarrett back, and then Lashley holding his whole MMA team back after they, if you watch the show, they put their arm around Brian Hebner and choked him out. So backstage, Jeff Jarrett doesn't need to be doing that. If Jim Cornette's the authority figure, let him do it. You see what I'm saying? It looks like too many chefs in the kitchen.
Yep. That's it.
I don't want to see Scott D'Amore and Jarrett and Karen and Bruce and Jim Cornette. Because they all have
Dutch.
And Dutch. They all have authority figure roles, but we don't know what their roles are on the show. It's like, come on.
Yep.
If Jim Cornette's making the matches, then why do we need to see Jeff? If Bruce was the one making the matches, why do we also need to see Dutch? I understand that they were trying to do the committee thing, and they're all sitting around the table and stuff.
That stuck.
It's old. Don't sit there and say you're making it new when it's not new.
I know. That's true.
There's nothing new about it. You're bringing up old, and I understand Jim Cornette says, hey, every 7 years. Yeah, Cornette, you hadn't been there in 7 years, but we still don't want to see you.
Yeah, that's true. You don't bring,
great. He came to WWE to induct the Rock and Roll Express. And if he came next year to induct the Midnight Express, that's fine. Once a year, great. How you doing? And then when he goes in the Hall of Fame and the Midnight Express puts him in, great. Hi, how you doing? I don't need to see you on the wrestling show every week.
Will he go now since he has this hurt his stock?
But at the same time, he's already said, I've already read it online, he said he has not signed a contract with them. If he sees an opening to be at a promotion and he feels that it's right for his character, then he'll show up.
So in other words, if he gets tired of the crap, he can just walk.
Can just leave.
He can just walk out the door.
Because he's done it before. Because, if Vince Russo was with him right now, Jim Cornette would have shown up.
Yes,
so we already know that. And that's another person. I don't want to see him either.
No.
It's come on now. If they're going to be around, fine. Backstage, Dutch Mantell, he's a great mind for the business. Jim Cornette, great mind for the business. All right, cool. We don't need to see you on camera for you to make a great show to happen.
Should be about the wrestlers.
Exactly. And that's why SmackDown Live is where it's at.
That's right. But it don't get. It's got some steep competition.
It does. But I'm just saying you don't see Shane and Daniel Bryan every week.
No.
You may see one of them this week. The next week you'll see the other one, and the next week you won't see neither one of them. I like that.
They got 2 hours. They ain't got time to be.
Exactly. They don't have time to be bitter and back and forth with each other, get mad at each other like they do on Raw. They had 3 hours to fill. Of course, they can talk to Kurt Angle for 16 segments of the show.
Yeah.
So, because most of Raw was all around Kurt Angle for the last 3-4 months now.
Yes, that's true.
So,
and it was kind of deflated. So,
well, Jason Jordan. Now Chad Gable's just a dadgum jobber. I don't like it.
I think they got something for him. No, they ain't got a job.
What you gonna do? You gonna make him heel?
No.
Well, then what they got for him? Because he apparently beat the mess out of Rusev. Beat the mess out of.
We had to because he has nothing on SummerSlam. Now, when next time they have the next pay-per-view, if he's not on it, then you start to worry. But right now, they're building towards SummerSlam, so.
Most of the roster isn't on the show. Road Dogg. Anyway.
No, that's Vince McMahon because his Mac Daddy #1 Raw has to be dominant over everything.
Just saying. Ty Dillinger comes up to the main roster and then we never see Ty Dillinger anymore. Send him back to NXT because that's when I'll actually be able to see him then.
Well, he got beat by
Aiden
English, thank you. I saw and forgot who he got beat by.
I mean, but okay, they're doing 50-50 booking there. That's fine. I mean, I'm used to that now.
Yes, that's
it's stupid.
It is.
But it's fine. See? We don't just harp on Global Force. We'll harp on the 50-50 booking. There's no sense in it. Unless you're doing a series of matches. If they're doing a best of 3, they're doing a best of 7, a best of 5, okay, fine.
Actually, it's for Randy and Jinder was not 50-50 booking.
Oh, absolutely not.
But what pisses me off is Randy beating him in the non-title match.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
It shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, if you couldn't have beat him for the title 3 freaking times,
no,
then why can you beat him in a non-title match? Shouldn't have happened at all.
Should not happen.
No.
Because you lose to Randy and you kind of got, I mean, you didn't get the win against John because of Baron Corbin.
Right.
But you did beat Baron, so.
And that's kind of sad for Baron.
Yes, I don't know where they're leading to this either.
Well, they're saying that he's got heat because of Twitter. Have you not read that?
No, I haven't read that.
Yeah. Apparently, he gets into it with people on Twitter.
Which is good. Stay in character.
I don't know if it's character, though. They're just saying that apparently he's got heat because of how he acts on social media.
Well, we'll know Sunday how it goes.
When John Cena squishes him in 5 minutes?
Well, then he's off to Raw, so it don't make no difference because he's going to show up on Raw the next night. So,
to go after their champion, the big dog. Did I give that away for y'all?
Well, he's the measured stick.
I'm just saying.
Ask Braun Strowman because he says he's the walking dog, no pun intended. He's the best thing since damn sliced bread.
Braun says that about
Roman Reigns, yes.
Wow.
I know, if Roman steps on the brakes, it's going to break Braun's neck because it's going to be soft Roman's asshole. It's like, what the hell, man? We get it. Okay, he's the top guy. We get it. But come on, Braun.
I also read another interview today where Roman said, because he was talking about people with backstage heat, and he's like, yes. He's like, I'm a locker room leader, and I'll call you out on it. I was born in this business. He said, I was fed by this business, and I will not let you disrespect the business in front of me. Rah.
Well, here, Mr. Shield. Can't you be something else?
Right. Well, no, his daddy was always a wild Samoan, so I guess he's a one-dimensional guy. He can only do the Shield thing.
Because the Shield was so popular. So we're going to give you the music, we're going to give you the outfit.
And another thing they're thinking of is when that tag team wins the tag team title Sunday, then they come out and help him win the title in the Fatal 4-Way. And then we got a shout reunion!
And he's got to get in the middle of it, so.
Because they got to make it about Roman, so he'll be the champion and they'll be tag team champions. So, and we have a reunion.
Well, let's jump over to the Mae Young Classic.
Please do.
Yes.
As the semifinals, we have Shayna Baszler beating I can't even talk now. Mercedes Martinez.
And we have Sane over Toni Storm.
So the finals are set. We've got MMA versus Japan.
And my gut is leading me toward MMA.
Yes. Because we can't have 2 dominant Japanese people because we've got Asuka already.
Well, we'll see how dominant she is against
Ember Moon, who apparently, according to Triple H, is coming into her own in the last 6 months. And something interesting I read that Triple H told Vince McMahon, because Vince McMahon asked for this certain person to already be on the main roster, and he wanted Asuka. And he told Vince, he said, you can have anybody on my roster. You can take all of them. But you cannot have Asuka. She is my cornerstone. I have to keep her for the foreseeable future. I have to build my brand around her. And that's why she's the longest reigning champion. She beat Goldberg's streak. She
Rockin'
Robin's streak. You know, she's not really going to beat Fabulous Moolah, but nobody will.
No.
But it'll still make her like the number 2
Who
longest.
knows? Did not beat
Right.
Streets.
But it'll still make her the number 2 longest reigning women's champion behind Moolah, I'm assuming.
Yes. Well, it was 25 years, and then
And then Rockin' Robin was after her.
502, yeah.
And then it was Asuka, but Asuka now beat that.
Asuka's over 5-2.
So,
or will be over 5-2 come tomorrow night.
So the thing is,
I hope she doesn't. Well, like I said,
yeah, we'll talk about that later because I almost got into it too. But anyway, but I do like that Triple H said, look, you cannot take away the cornerstone of the women's division right now. I have to build my brand around her, which is
I know it'll kill her. She'll just be nothing in the main roster.
Exactly.
Her dominance on NXT.
Look at Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Just saying. She went from being this huge dominant woman, like they were trying to treat her like an Awesome Kong type person, and then all of a sudden she went to the main roster, and there would be weeks where you'd never even see her. So, which is interesting if you think about it, because on Raw,
they should have surprised everybody, but they didn't. So.
If you think about it though, with the whole Nia Jax thing, she was never on television hardly ever, but every television taping, it was all about Charlotte all the time for Raw, right? Yes. For months and months and months and months and months, right?
Yes, Charlotte.
She goes over to SmackDown, and nothing.
No, here and there, drinking tea with Becky.
Yeah, they're little weird handshake thingy. It's weird. But that's what I'm saying, like, unless they're leading up to having women tag teams or something, because Charlotte literally has gone bottom of the totem pole in the women's division for SmackDown, which is fine because she's already been she's been established already. Naomi has not been established.
No. And like 4 or 5 time champion, like with Sasha. 3-time champion.
Hey, they're talking about Naomi keeping the title for quite a long time. I don't know if you read that or not.
No, not yet.
So
that's fine. Because I was just thinking they would just be nice to Natalya and give her the chance.
Well, apparently they're saying they want to keep it because they want to sell replica glow belts. So they want to keep her until all the way into next year with the belts. But as long as you keep the feuds fresh, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, just keep teasing Carmella. That's all you do. I mean, you can tease her Sunday.
Yeah. But I think Carmella does, when she cashes in, needs to win, because if we waste 2 briefcases, because you don't waste at Barons, don't waste both of them.
And now with them switching to pay-per-views now, that means Raw will get the Money in the Bank next year.
So every other year, basically.
It looks that way, yeah, because with SmackDown
which is good.
getting Hell in the Cell this year.
I like it that way. So you don't have one pay-per-view.
They moved Clash of the Champions to December, take over Roadblock.
Gotcha.
So it's in December now. Don't know who. I think maybe SmackDown's got that now.
But I do like that. So that way Money in the Bank isn't exclusive every year.
It should be both. It should be a double brand show.
It should be a double brand show, exactly. You should.
I guess we'll want a case over here and a case. Why not?
I mean, because I would think you could do title for the guys for Raw, title for the guys for SmackDown, and the women. So you'd have 4 ladder matches out of what, 10 matches? How many do they do on a regular pay-per-view?
8.
8. So you have 4 regular matches and 4 ladder matches. You can do every other one. Every other match.
Cut it down to 6. Make the matches last longer. You know?
True too. Triple H knows how to do that, don't he?
Because hey, who not on Raw thinks we could cash in any moment?
Yeah.
So, well, that's it for part 1.
Part 1. We'll get a lot of good stuff in there, though.
SummerSlam. Yes, we'll be a little longer. And
yes.
So we'll try to be a little shorter the next time. We'll come on back to part 2. We're going to talk about Raw and Nitro from September 23rd to October 14th.
Week before my birthday.
Of 1996, when it's getting big for the NWO.
Yes, don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Let's see if anybody can pull out a good week, because the last few have been stinkers for both.
Yes, it has been the stinkers.
Well, I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm just a Kyle.
We've seen a few clicks.